What's up, guys? It's the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you an awesome video of the top 10 roller coasters at LA Ronde. LA Ronde is an okay Six Flags park. It isn't the greatest, but it has been neglected on their coasters recently. Their last major coaster was a relocation in 2010 with Ed North-Lattack, and I think this park needs some more coasters to become a bit better of a Six Flags park than like Six Flags Mexico. They need like an RMC coaster, like RMC of LA Monster, so they can have at least a brand new coaster. They could add an SNS 40 Free Fly, put sit-down trains on their stand-up coaster, Cobra. They could do so much to make a decent enough top 5, and so far their top 5 needs some work. And let's move on. Number 10 is March of the Millipedes, and this is an Aero Mine train. It's pretty small, and that's why it's at number 10. And number 9 is Toboggan Nordique, or Nordiku. I'm not sure how to pronounce the second word, but this is a wild mouse coaster. It's nothing special. Number 8 is LA Monster, and this coaster gets mixed reactions. Some people think it's a decent ride, some people hate it. I know someone called the Canada Coaster Fan on YouTube, who I'm subscribed to, that says this is the worst coaster he's ridden in one of his coaster countdowns. You should check it out. And this coaster is very bad, according to some people. The drop's kind of the turns are kind of It's just one of those coasters. It's not great, it's not awful. But there's also a racing element on this ride, which is pretty cool. And if this coaster was RMC'd, I think it would be a lot better, and would probably be the best coaster at LA Ronde. Number 7 is Draggin, and this is an indoor family coaster. Not too much. It's good for the park, but overall it's just an okay ride. Number 6 is Super Manege, and this is a bit more thrilling than some of these coasters that I said before. This is an okay looping coaster. It has a few inversions. It's a Vekoma MK1200. These are okay attractions. They're not over the top, but they're not awful. Some might be like Ninja at Six Flags St. Louis and over Georgia, but this one doesn't look too bad. Number 5 is Ed North-Lattack, another Vekoma. This time a Tacoma SLC. And this is the newest coaster at LA Ronde. This coaster has a decent drop, but has some decent inversions. It is considered one of the better SLCs, according to some people. It's over the water, which is nice, and overall, I think this is one of the more picturesque SLCs and one of the best SLCs out there. Number 4 is Cobra, the Intamin stand-up coaster. This is an okay stand-up coaster. It isn't as bad as like a Togo stand-up coaster, like Shockwave at King's Dominion, which operated at King's Dominion until 2015 when it was torn down. So this is an okay ride. It has one inversion, the vertical loop, and it's one of the better stand-up coasters out there. It's not the roughest, but it's not the smoothest. Number 3 is their Vekoma Boomerang. And number 2 is LA Vampire. Now, this is a cloned B&M invert. It's a Batman the Ride clone. It's not great. It's not the worst. I think it's a good ride. It's not great, but it's not bad. Or just okay. It's good. It's smooth. Has some fun inversions. And the one problem with this ride is that it is a clone. But other than that, this ride is very good. And it's a very fun invert. 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Number 1 is Goliath, the B&M Hyper. I'd rate this coaster a 9 out of 10. This is an amazing ride. It has airtime hills after airtime hills, has some pretty good turns, and this is a very smooth coaster. I consider it the smoothest coaster at LA Ronde, and this is a very fun B&M Hyper, and it's not even a hyper coaster at all. It's only 175 feet, 68 miles an hour. And overall, this is a very fun ride. And I think LA Ronde's problem is that they don't really have any other coasters besides Goliath, which is their B&M Hyper, which isn't even a hyper coaster. They need two more coasters that are very good. Like RMC Le Monster would give them their number 1 or number 2 coaster, sliding Goliath down to number 2 or keeping it at number 1. And maybe even a 4D Free Fly coaster could also be a good fit for LA Ronde. It'd be better than a Tacoma Boomerang. It could have the spinning sensation. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.